most of our childhood was we grew up on the local farms. So our people were mostly farm workers, our parents, and we associate ourselves with also the Karretjie people. Most of our parents come from the Karretjie people, which is KhoeKhoe people, who were working on farms and using this donkey carts to travel from farm to do more like shearing and seasonal work on the farms. And we derived and ended up in Murraysburg on those bases, and we were, as children, used to going to our parents who ended up living and working on farms. So we went to those farms to go and do most of our visits there, and we felt an interconnection with the lifestyle of the farm and the Karoo itself, the environment, nature, as we go to be doing farm work and being in the veld most of the time. And our people endorse the farm working conditions and environment, because not just to us working for white man or white woman, but also because it's linked, we can connect with our environment that we feel at home with, which is the Karoo veld in itself. We felt it very at home because we went to go and harvest our medicinal herbs every time in the veld, and those things we felt at ease because we were still connected in a way. Even though we were working for a white man or white woman, we still felt that connection because we're close to our area.
What kind of transformation or change would you like to see in the Karoo?
I would very much like to see a going back to or restoring of cultural heritage, especially for KhoeKhoe people who used to have hunter-gatherer lifestyle, hunter-gatherer pastoralist lifestyles, that was herding and looking after the cattle, which is farming, and also the hunter-gatherer, because there's knowledge that was not progressively transformed from one generation to the next, especially the youth of today. They don't know those medicines, they don't understand those medicines, they might use those medicines incorrectly because they have been dispossessed of their land and their heritage and their livelihoods and their connection to the land. Now they could not pass that information effectively over to the younger generation of today. So the younger generation would not be able to use those medicines effectively or those herbs effectively because they don't understand how to use them. And it started with us not even knowing them. I don't even know them. I'm hungry to learn those medicines that they use effectively. Now I want those medicines to be connected and linked to this generation as well, because the younger generation is mostly connected to modern medicine, and it's not our medicine. It's medicine that's foreign to us, and medicine that's we're supposed to know, we don't know as young generation. So that interconnection needs to happen, or that transference of information needs to happen. That's education. That right there is education. So there's a lack of education. The white man came with his education and then enforced that education on us, and it's not our true education. That for us is our education, and we need that education to be part and parcel of the younger generation today. And it's not the case now. We have to grapple and try to draw information from the adults and the elderly folk who are still around us to be able to get those medicines and get that knowledge passed from one generation to the next. Because our culture is a culture of passing on stories from one generation to the next. Somewhere along the line that was interrupted. So that interruption needs to be restored, and that is the efforts that we are trying on this day is geared toward restoring that traditional and storytelling methods of education, as I said, being transformed from one generation to the next. Oral histories that needs to be transferred, which is very educational and pivotal and crucial for cultural upbringing, for cultural existence to continue. And the fact that most of the people, and there needs to be an awareness raised on this issue as well for the younger generation. And that I also want to now let's a little bit back to the Xhosa history. I know that the Xhosa people was the first people who when the KhoeKhoe people were hunted and just killed and brutally chased, Xhosa people was the first people to come to assist the Khoi people, and that was intermarriage between the Xhosa and the KhoeKhoe people, because they went to go and help, ask for assistance and help from them. So seek refuge, yeah, also with them. So yeah, so though there's also intermarrying in most of our cultures. People is like myself have a background of both those cultures, and so even as I can come back to the medicinal uses of like I see for the initiation schools, most of the herbs that's used there is used in both cultures. So there's an overlapping, not just in the culture, but in the way those two cultures connect to each other. They're speaking to each other. They know that there is some kind of harmony with the two cultures. So that's why I'm proud to be associated with both. Of course, KhoeKhoe.